Good morning, y'all. Friday, September 6th, 24. Just sitting here reflecting, on life. Those that know me know was married for over 20-something years to a beautiful soul. I miss her so dearly. She been on my mind heavy. And I was just reflecting on life, just thinking about on July 15th, 2019, I woke up one morning and I said, you know what? I'm tired of this drinking shit. Football season's about to come, and I said I can't do it another year. But I drank my last beer. When you a drinker, you said, you promised that shit, but I cracked open a 25-ounce Budweiser and I drunk half of it. I said, that's it. I woke up the next morning, I couldn't put my pants on. My ankles were swollen, my thighs were swollen. And my wife said, man, you gotta go to the hospital. I said, I'm not going to no hospital. She said, if you don't get in this car and go with me to the hospital, I'm gonna call 911, I'm gonna make a big scene. So I go to the hospital. She dragged me to the hospital. I could barely walk out the car. They had to get a wheelchair to wheel me into the emergency room. That's how swollen I was. So we get in the emergency room, they running tests on me, blah, blah, blah. This was July of 2019. I honestly believe this was the beginning of COVID, because I get into the emergency room and people are just laid out on the floor. You know what I mean? And not to be funny, it was old white ladies, like 90 years old, that was in cots, laid out on the floor. And they gave me a room. I was like, yo, Joker, you must be sick. I get in the emergency room. It's a liver doctor, a heart doctor, kidney doctor, and they all running tests on me. Guy come down with the paper, you gotta sign this paper, we taking you to ICU. I'm like, yo, from ICU, from what I heard, that's what motherfuckers that's dying. Shit me to ICU, I spent a night in the hospital. Next morning, my kids is dead, my wife is dead, my daughter-in-law, grandkids. I'm like, yo, what's going on? This shit crazy. So they run all the tests. All of a sudden, the liver doctor disappears. He goes, yo, your liver is good. I said, my liver can't be good. Your liver's good. The kidney doctor goes, your kidneys is good, okay? Here comes the heart doctor, Dr. Oleg. He goes, yo, you give me 6 months, I'm gonna save your life. He said, you have a hole in your heart like this. I'm like, a hole in my heart? He said, yeah, you have a hole in your heart. Put me on blood thinners, all this medicine. Long story short, or short story long, my wife is 6 months into fighting cancer. Actually, in that August, she's going to get the breast cut off thing. So we trying to figure out who gonna take care of my daughter, blah, blah, blah. But my promise was to stop drinking to God. So we go to the hospital, they give me all this stuff. I'm out of work for 6 months. So in about October of 2019, November, they got levels of percentage of where your heart should be functioning for your age. So at my age, I was 52 at the time. My functioning for my heart should have been like 60 for a 52-year-old normal. And my heart function was down to 20-something. You know what I mean? So they give me this medicine, blah, blah, blah. So meanwhile, I told you I talked to God, and I told God I wanted to stop drinking. So God said, okay, you want to stop drinking? Put that shit on me. Or I put it on myself. Come November, the doctor goes, Mr. Davis, we took your heart to a study, and your heart went from normal 60, sick 25, and at that point in October or November of 2019, my heart had went up to 59, back up to 60. He goes, Dr. Ole goes, look, we know he's giving you this medicine and all this stuff, but we never seen nothing like this before. And I told him, I said, Doc, look, I appreciate you, but that was all God. I had to deal with God. God said, you want to stop drinking? I want to see how bad you want to stop drinking. And put that shit on me, and I beat it. I remember I was out of work for 6 months. I went back to work in January of 2020. I went back to work with a healthy heart. But the moral of the story is, I wanted to stop drinking. I was drinking heavy. 3, 4, 5 years straight beer. I was drinking heavy. I used to walk up the steps and my wife would hear the bottles clinking, cling, 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 cling. And she said, I'm sending your ass to the rehab. You know what I mean? I miss her so much. But yeah, my heart got healthy. We was trying to figure out who was going to take care of my daughter at one point. Because she was fighting cancer. I'm alcoholic type, fucking liver and shit, and thinking all fucked up. And I'm just reflecting on July 15th of 2019 was the last time I had a sip of alcohol. And that's the moral of the story. Peace.